Hey guys, and I'm just going to quickly explain the use of and the separate kinds of camera angles and camera movements. There are many kinds of camera angles and camera movements, but I'm going to just discuss the 7 most basic camera angles and 3 most basic camera movements. And knowing these angles and movements can help us arrange them and use them to have better presentations and to be better at telling stories. So let's get started. We can see here, this is the camera in the center there, and as we move along, you get further and further away from the camera. And the distance you are from the camera to the subject is whatever you're trying to look at, trying to film. It makes a big difference on the feeling and the presentation of that photograph or picture. So let's start very far away. So the camera's way down here, and we're going to move slightly further away from the camera to something called the extreme long shot. Now, this is very far away from the subject. You can't even see people clearly. This is usually at the beginning of a movie. It helps set the place, the setting, and give us some context for the story we're about to tell, or usually at the ending shot to give us a feeling of completion of a series or a story. So this can tell us if the story is going to be in the countryside or in a big city or involve a lot of people or have a busy feel. Is it in the future? Is it in the past? This builds some context for us, and it's called the extreme long shot. Moving a little closer here, we have the long shot, and this has one person or several people in it, and it encapsulates full bodies of people, at least. And it's very good for showing movement or action. So if something's happening in a scene, we usually want to see someone's full body so we can get their full body language and their motions and their gestures to sort of give us hints and clues as to what are these people doing? What is happening in this story? So usually a lot of verbs associated with this kind of shot. Okay, moving a little closer. This is the medium shot, usually shot for people from the waist up, showing so they can see their upper body movement and gestures along with their faces. This is used many times to show conversations and interactions between 2 or more people, and is usually used in movies when showing dialogue between multiple characters. Next, we have the close-up, which is usually what you can see down here in the corner of my face. You are seeing a close-up of me, and it's great for showing emotions. What's the feeling happening in this story? Is it a sad story? Is it a happy story? Are people excited or anxious or nervous? Are they relieved? You often cut to these kinds of shots or move to these kinds of photos to show feeling and emotion. Moving to right next to the camera, we'll go this way. Ooh, extreme close-up. That's usually used for some sort of spike in the tension or drama. Wayne's World is a famous movie and sketch in a comedy show where they go extreme close-up. Woo, woo, right, something like that. Anyway, it gives it a feeling of high tension. The drama in the air is somehow raised. Or it can give hints or clues to a specific, it doesn't have to be a close-up on a person, it could be a close-up on an object or a place or a thing, to show direct meaning or importance to that item or thing. We can also go up in the sky and look down, which you're doing to me now, right there. That's me. This is a bird's eye view of me. This is the bird's eye view or high angle. Things look less important. They look smaller in this angle, looking down. You can also do the other way around, worm's eye view or low angle, and look up, which would be something like this. Where things look a little bit bigger and a little bit more important. So those are the 7 camera angles. We also have 3 movements. Pan moving from right to left, tilt moving up to down, and zoom moving in and out. And those all tell different kinds of stories, and helping us move the camera in certain ways during video helps us tell stories. You can do stories in portrait or landscape, and you can also tell them in first person, which is from the eyes of the storyteller, second person from the eyes of the listener, or third person from some other vantage point where you're looking at both the storyteller and the listener of the story. And usually there's something called the fourth wall, which people don't usually break, which is the audience actually watching the movie itself. So that's camera angles and camera movements. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. All right, guys, we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.